Prepare yourselves for a battle of epic proportions between two titans. Feast upon their voices and revel in their words. This is Dueling Ogres.
Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 144. Thank you for joining us, as always, on this Limbic Friday evening. Earth date, my sister's birthday, February 23rd, 2018. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Vanessa. I'm your co-host, Remington Hitchcock, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Brandon Full. Hey.
You fucked that all up.
Just fucking, I threw myself off. I tried to interject something with some energy and bring in the birthday cheer, and nope, never go off script. That's what we've learned today, kids. Never go off script.
Don't you ever go off script.
Don't ever go off script. That's right. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
I feel fantastic. I don't want to... Well, Jonathan Colton's stuff is all free, right?
Yeah, it's Creative Commons.
Yeah, see, we'd be fine.
Let's throw it on the end of this episode. Screw it.
Screw it. What's the worst that could happen? I've already been flagged twice for Cortex Command.
Yeah, which is some bullshit. You want to mention that for a second?
Sure.
Cortex Command is a game you've been playing.
Yeah, Cortex Command is an older game that I've been playing, and the music in it is copyrighted. So I get copyright claims, and it's fine. They're like, hey, this isn't going to hurt you anything. But the producers of this music said it's okay to use in your video, but they're going to put ads on it. So they get money from it if people click on the ads. Which is, I mean, I really don't mind that, especially considering the fact that our channel is no longer monetized.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it. I've got like 8,000 more views to get on our videos before it matters. So whatever, right?
So they put ads on the videos now?
Just on like the Cortex Command ones.
Oh, okay.
We
get the same thing whenever we use a Creative Commons song, don't we? Like, I know when we did an Ookla the Mock song, we had that happen with.
The Ookla song is because they had released it through a company that honestly probably shadily does it.
Okay.
So they kind of copyright it under their own thing if you release it on their system. So for the sole purpose of, okay, if you buy it here, then you'll get flagged. I'm sure of it, to be honest.
The whole YouTube system, I know it's something we've talked about ad nauseum, but the whole YouTube system is broken and ridiculous.
Yeah, completely.
Now, should we be able to record you playing, like you doing the Twitch stream is one thing. Us throwing on a copywritten song at the end of this episode and putting it on YouTube, I mean, I guess I can kind of see how they would want to flag it, especially if we put an entire song. But you playing a video game and you getting flagged for the audio from that video game when you're basically playing the game to advertise it is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it is.
You don't seem very bothered by it.
I'm really not, honestly. Because, again, we're not monetized. So Why should I care if somebody else gets some money? Am
I just manufacturing my own outrage right now?
I think so, because it's not like those videos get a ton of watches either.
Yeah, I just don't like somebody coming in and saying, hey, it's the principle of it.
Right. No, I completely agree with that, to the point that if I were actually making money off of YouTube, then I'd care.
Okay.
I think that's maybe my view is a little more cynical or a little less cynical. I don't know how you'd spin it, but they're not taking money out of my pocket, so what do I care, you know?
All right, Mr. Dangerfield.
Hey, it's getting hot in here or something. Whoa.
Well, how are you supposed to do whenever
That's
I
my
watch
wife.
a video game? Yeah, I get it. Your wife, I know. She's very disrespectful of you, sir.
Yo.
Whenever I watch a video game review,
I want to stop. I want to stop you. I know I keep cutting you off, but I'm adjusting my tie every time I do Rodney Dangerfield.
I feel like it comes through in audio.
I hope so.
I think that the listeners, if they know who Rodney Dangerfield is and knowing the age that our listenership skews, they definitely know who Rodney Dangerfield is.
Right, exactly.
I feel like they painted the picture of you adjusting your tie.
Good. I'm glad.
I always thought he was adjusting a noose.
I don't know. Anyway, you were going to say about video games?
Whenever I watch movie reviews or video game reviews, they can't play the video or the audio from it. And a lot of times with Nintendo games especially, you can't really show the video either because the video will get flagged.
Yeah.
It just cuts into it so much actually watching a review and wanting to see gameplay. And I think that's where Twitch is overtaking YouTube in a lot of ways, is you can go on Twitch and watch somebody streaming a game and get the audio from the game and get the full package of what the game is like.
Yeah, Twitch is now the Wild West that YouTube once was.
Yeah.
Only Twitch has Amazon power behind it. So there's that.
So get in quick before more regulations start to happen.
Well, I mean, that's just it. Amazon can afford to say, hey, listen up, Nintendo. I mean, do you want your games to be on our platform? You make X amount of money from us supporting Nintendo by offering your product. So get the fuck over it.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. And,
Google has no say with it.
Yeah. No, Google has no say. They don't have a platform in which to sell Nintendo items, really. Yeah,
I mean, they have Super Mario Play or Super Mario Run on Google Play. That was like their newest thing.
Yeah,
and
but
Fire Emblem.
That's two games in a sea of systems and games that Amazon sells.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. More power to them. I mean, and that's the other thing is, depending, you have mainstreamers like Smoke or partnered streamers. Their videos stay up for longer, but even then, unless they do highlights or something, they take them down.
Yeah. To just conserve space.
Yeah, they eventually cycle it out. But you can make highlights of your games, as far as I know. That's what I've been doing. So our games are up on Twitch and also on YouTube.
I wonder if do you own your own clips on Twitch?
I don't.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't really know, but
yeah, I don't really know. I would assume so. I mean, you can take them down at any time. I can delete any video that I want.
What I'm wondering is if you could take highlights of games you've played and release them on DVDs, on a DVD or a Blu Ray as episodes.
Oh, I don't know. That's an interesting question. You can download them. So I would assume so. Like, I can go to Twitch right now and download everything that I've played.
Oh, okay.
As a video file. So I would assume that I do own the rights to it.
I bet you'd get into some legal gray area with releasing you just playing a video game, though.
That, yes. That I would say so.
Because it's not under review. Like the Angry Video Game Nerd, for example. He can release his stuff. I just saw that he has a bunch of episodes on Blu Ray, which is awesome, and I think I'm going to buy some to own.
Oh, yeah?
Each episode is him talking about and playing a video game, but it's more review than playing a game.
Right.
Granted, they're all old Nintendo games, but still, I guess I don't know what I'm saying. Forget everything I've just said.
Okay.
Just scrap it.
I guess. Scrap this whole episode.
Put it in the trash.
Just garbage.
In the Dueling Ogres branded dumpster.
That's right. Branding!
Because we have mugs now.
We do. We have mugs.
So
I'll put a link down in the description below. You can go get yourself a mug or a sticker or a poster. You could get like a 28 by 32 inch fucking Dueling Ogres poster. Because why? Because I can. No, who's going to argue? Nobody. That's who.
We need to make the grease it up and slide it in your nerd hole as a poster option.
I'm getting there.
Like wall side. Can we do wallpaper?
Yeah.
Just over and over. Nerd hole, grease it up, slide it in, nerd hole.
Yeah, we'll just get different size posters and put them all together.
It'll be like, or we could get wall clings like live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Except it'll say grease it up, slide it in, you nerd hole.
I like it. I'm down for that. I'll have to find a different company for it though. Yeah. They don't offer wall clings. No, this new place is called Designed by Humans. They offer shirts as well. You could get a Dueling Ogres zip-up hoodie. That's what I was super excited about.
That's cool.
Represent had hoodies, but they were pullovers, and I want to zip up one. That's just me personally. But their shirts are a little more expensive. So if you want a shirt, stick to Represent. They're a little less expensive, and I get to set the price for those. Everything on Designed by Humans, they have all of their prices set, so I have no control over it.
Is the zip up hoodie, is the logo like on the chest or is it on the back?
It's on the chest.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought about putting it on the back, but I didn't.
I think I like hoodies better. I feel like they look more refined if they have the logo on the front.
Okay, see, I'm kind of there with you.
Yeah, when it's on the back, you look like a street tough.
Yeah.
You look like some kind of putz.
Look like a schmuck. You look like a schmuck is what you look like.
So have you been up to anything, or is this just what the episode is now?
This is just it. I mean, I just wanted to see your pretty face. That's all.
I know. This is just for us now. This isn't for any listeners.
Yeah. Nobody listens anyway.
No. 310 people do.
310 people, according to Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook counts for nothing.
I've got a lot of stuff to say about Facebook at the end of this with that 310.
Oh yeah? Really pissing you off, is it?
Not a whole lot, but I'll save it for the end so I can rant away.
Okay. What have I been? I've done some streaming. Playing, like I said, I played Cortex Command. I played Innerspace. That one was kind of fun to play a couple times. So just kind of keeping the streaming going as much as I can. I think I'm
what do you think about
2 or 3 times a week. I really enjoyed it. It's a very relaxing game. Once I got out of the first area where it was kind of a training you, it kind of became a little more difficult in that the archaeologist isn't really helping the cartographer along, so it just becomes that much more about complete exploration.
Yeah.
So I haven't beat the second part yet. I haven't got to the second the third area, as it were. So I think I kind of have the premise of how to get to the third area figured out. I just have to find all the little nodes to activate, basically.
Okay.
And that'll open up a big portal for somewhere else or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun, relaxing game. I have another game that I'm wanting to get into called Headlander. This one I got from actually Twitch through Twitch Prime. Occasionally they'll throw a free game your way, and this one is one of the Adult Swim games.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Humans are kind of a rare commodity in space, and robots have kind of taken over, and you come out of stasis and you're just a head. So your head gets put onto a robot body, and you have to do robotic things while there's like a head robot, like a main robot called Methuselah, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And Methuselah is trying to stop you from basically rekindling mankind. You have kind of a narrator, a Deus Ex Machina voice. Monica, Deus Ex Monica voice. A Deus...
Really weird episode of Friends.
Yeah, exactly. A Deus Ex Machina voice kind of guiding you along through the game and telling you things that you need to do. So I played through some of it. I'm going to start a fresh game, but it was kind of hard to put down. I just kept wanting to do the next thing and do the next thing. So it was a lot of fun.
What kind of game is it?
Side-scrolling, for the most part, a side-scroller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see you play like a point-and-click adventure sometime.
Such as?
Like, examples I can think of would be like the old Space Quest, King's Quest games that I love.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Puzzle solver kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'd definitely... send me a list of ones that you think would be good to stream on.
There's a lot of new ones. It's kind of a resurgence of adventure games in the indie community.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of them I bet I could find for free that you could try. Some really good ones.
That'd be cool. That would be
Going back to Innerspace, just because I wanted to talk about it for a minute.
Sure.
And as far as my time spent with it, I mentioned it on the Twitch stream, but there is such a trope now with indie games that I've run across where if they want to make the game interesting or they don't want to write a story, they just write this like, let's figure out what happened with the ancients. We're not really going to tell you anything, we're just going to have like a narrator or somebody occasionally spew these poetic things about like the ancients' hearts opened up and poured water to fill the void of the world and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
I've played a lot of games like that, and that was kind of my issue with Innerspace.
Yeah.
If it was my first game or even my second that did that going in, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more than I actually did.
Yeah.
Because I just hit a point where I was like, oh God, not this again. Like, give me a story for Christ's sake. I don't want this. But that's not what the game is. And like you said, it's a very calming game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun playing it. So, but you're right. I mean, that trope would get pretty old really fast if you've played a lot of games that are the same damn thing. I get it.
Yeah. And they couldn't strap a machine gun to that plane.
Right? No, I mean, they gave you diving. What else do you want?
Machine guns.
Oh.
It's a very short list. It's one item, and that item is machine guns.
Can't argue with that, I guess. So how have you been?
I've been good.
Have you been doing anything exciting?
No, not really. I've been playing Pokemon Crystal.
Oh, yeah? How's that going for you?
I'm doing something called a Nuzlocke challenge. Have you heard of that?
I haven't, and I don't like it already. Go ahead.
You draw an erotic picture of every Pokemon you catch.
Yeah.
And then you do what mammals are meant to do with that picture.
You fuck it?
No, Remington, you hang it up in an art gallery and invite your friends over.
Oh, wow. That took a weird turn. Sorry.
No, what the Nuzlocke challenge is basically it makes Pokemon more realistic.
Yeah?
So there's a huge set of rules. And Pokemon Crystal is one that came out in 2002.
Yeah.
They just re-released it on the 3DS so you can play it. So it was $10. I picked it up and I've been playing through it. If your Pokemon faints in battle, it's considered dead.
Yeah. And
you have to release it into the wild.
Okay.
Anytime you enter an area, you can only catch the first Pokemon you come across. Okay. And you can only catch one Pokemon per area.
Okay.
So your Pokemon team is very limited. A lot of your Pokemon will die along the way. So if you're fighting a gym, you can't save. And then if your Pokemon faint or if some of them faint, just reload that save.
Yeah.
It encourages you. It's tough, first off, because you can't tailor your team to beat all the gym leaders.
Right. Exactly.
You kind of have to fight with the hand that you're given.
Right.
And also you grow really attached to your Pokemon because you might have a shitty one that you catch, but it just doesn't die. It still sticks around and does really well.
Right.
And you suddenly love this Pokemon a lot more.
So you're creating those personal connections.
Yeah. So I haven't had any of my Pokemon
scrappy little son
yet.
of a bitch.
I haven't had any of them die yet.
Yeah.
But I'm on the third gym right now, and I've kind of avoided playing it because I know they're probably going to stomp me.
Oh.
Now I'm just in limbo.
Can you explore around and just do random fights or anything?
Yeah, you can grind, but because it's an old Pokemon game, it has that problem of grinding is a literal grind. It takes forever to do. And I can't abide by that.
I gotcha.
I caught a Ghastly, a ghost Pokemon. You know Ghastly?
Yeah, I know who Ghastly is. Brandon.
I figured he was part of the original 150, the little ball ghost.
Yes.
I named him Cohen after Leonard Cohen. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
And fucking hated him. He just sucked it up. So finally I was like, all right, do or die, Cohen. I'm just going to take you into battle and see. And now he's one of my strongest Pokemon.
Nice.
He's just wrecking house. So
yeah,
it fosters that connection. It's been a lot of fun so far.
That is cool. We were, Ginger, of course, is still playing Pokemon Go, and there is a newer Pokemon that basically looks like a fat gorilla, and he's just like, his pose is just, he's laying on his side sexily. I have no idea what he is. No idea what he's called, but it's weird. So I just wanted to throw that in there since we were talking about Pokemon. That's my story. Bye.
I'm surprised that people are still playing it. I wonder if it's still doing well.
That's an excellent question. I have no idea.
Uh-oh. I just searched sexy gorilla Pokemon.
How'd that work out for you?
It was a mistake.
It was an immediate
very big mistake.
It was an immediate regret.
Yeah. It's pictures of sexy Pokemon and then also pictures of actual gorillas, not even photoshopped, but people have taken them with gorillas posing sexily.
Yeah.
This is a picture titled "Sexy Gorilla Has Women Flocking to a Japanese Zoo."
Are you gonna share screen me while I'm looking at this? Just to plug our Discord again real quick. Rem, whenever you said space news in the last podcast, my brain heard space nudes. So that's what happens in our Discord.
Yeah, and that's what's coming next.
Y'all should join. Okay, so is it this one right there?
Yeah, this one.
Okay. I mean, he's pretty calm looking.
Also this.
That's Lady Pikachu right there.
And then of course this one's a classic.
Yeah, the old Dig Dug. Or the old Doug Trio.
Yeah.
I said Dig Dug because that was the first thing that popped into my head.
All right. This is not good
I'm
for
huge.
an audio medium.
Yeah, it's not. Sorry, listeners.
Let's look at pictures.
Let's look at pictures on the podcast. Follow along, guys. I'm not linking any of this. Fuck you.
Really, if you think about it, all nudes sent by phone are space nudes, right? Because they have to bounce off satellites.
Yes.
So maybe we were the aliens all along.
Wow. Mind blown.
Somebody call Rod Serling. Let's get him in here.
Yeah, I don't know what Rod Serling has to do with it, but let's do it.
Twilight Zone.
Oh.
Consider a world where the humans are aliens.
Is that what his name was? I had no idea.
Yeah, Rod Serling is amazing. Read his Wikipedia bio sometime.
Oh,
you won't, but you should
won't.
because he has an insane life.
He has or had? Is he dead?
Had. Yeah, he's very dead.
Okay, I thought so.
Consider a man who died.
In a very weird way. Wouldn't it be cool if he died in a very spooky way?
I think he just died of cancer.
Oh, that's not fun.
It's spooky.
Yeah, I guess.
It can be.
Do you have a story?
I have plenty of stories.
Why don't you tell me one of them?
Did you know they're making a 6th Sharknado, Remington?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
And this Sharknado is about time travel.
God.
It's about how you can harness the power of the Sharknadoes to travel through time.
Really?
Yeah. This is coming out on Sci-Fi Channel on July 25th. So we have a couple months. I hope you can hang in there until July 25th because I know you seem super excited about this.
I am waiting with bated breath.
The main male character's name is Finn.
That's appropriate. Got to cash in on that SEO.
Finn because of sharks.
Yeah, but also Finn because Star Wars.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a description of what happens in the movie, Remington.
Okay.
Finn fights Nazis, dinosaurs, knights, and even takes a ride on Noah's Ark.
Well, at least we know in the Sharknado universe, Christianity is real.
God shot first.
Yes.
In the Sharknado universe.
God shot tornadoes laden with shark first.
I mean, if he's on Noah's Ark, what's happening there? What is this possible setup that he goes back in time and he's traveling on Noah's Ark?
Yeah, what could be the possible scenario in which he goes to Noah's Ark for some reason? And okay, so here's what I want to know. Really, how is he bouncing through time? Is there Sharknadoes running all throughout history?
I mean, presumably, if he's fighting Nazis, dinosaurs, and knights.
Yeah.
3 very distinct time periods.
Exactly. Like, I mean, back in the dinosaur days, we had sharks, but they were still a little different than the sharks of today.
They were gigantic sharks.
Yeah, they were much more raw looking, I figured.
They had human faces and a lust for music.
Oh my. But not that Simple Caveman music.
No, the Simple Plan, the band.
So they're like pop punk? I was going to go with smooth jazz, but okay. Pop
Just
punk.
a bunch of pop punk little rude boys, little rude sharks going around with human faces.
And running around with mohawks. Fucking wearing their shit stomping boots.
They got their Chuck Taylors, their checkered Chuck Taylors on.
No, checkered Chuck Taylors is for ska kids, man.
It's ska pop punk.
Nah, I don't know. Simple Plan wasn't exactly ska.
You didn't have like mohawk leather jacket crust punks listening to Simple Plan.
No, you didn't. That's true. You didn't. It was kind of the amalgamation and bastard child of the two, I would say.
Yeah. The pop punk kids were an entirely different kind of kid.
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah, Sharknado, I've never seen any of the movies. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, so it's a thing that exists in the universe.
But the description sounds pretty awesome, regardless.
Thanks, sci-fi.
You really, at least sci-fi knows when to stop, right?
Right. No,
at least they're going out on a high note, hopefully.
We've got 6 fucking Sharknado movies, but we can't get another season of like Stargate Atlantis or one of those other shows that I really enjoyed. Now I don't remember.
If there hasn't been a Sharknado in space, there will be a Sharknado in space.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Space NATO.
Speaking of movie news, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with the release of Black Panther as a whole, reached over 14 billion worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah. How about them taters, Brandon?
That's how much all of the MCU movies have made combined?
I'm waiting for my browser to pop up because I have it all in a Word thing because I had so many tabs open that my computer was like...
Too many tabs.
Yeah. So let me stop this real quick and mute it because it's a fucking comic book news.
Hey, comicbook.com. Get it together. Come on.
Yeah, quit fucking putting ads on all of your shit that autoplay. Seriously, autoplay ads are the fucking worst. I will kill you and your mother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should we put a disclaimer that you won't actually do that, or?
Nope.
You heard it here. Remington Hitchcock will literally kill comicbook.com's mother.
That's
and
right.
you.
Yes, that is the universe worldwide. Black Panther hauled in nearly $500 million at the global box office in just 9 days since it was first released. That is from comicbook.com, and you can search Marvel Cinematic Universe 14 billion box office Black Panther, and it'll show up. If you want to
go
read
somewhere
the whole
besides
story.
comicbook.com because they suck.
Yeah. If you want autoplay ads and terrible loading times, go there.
Man, what a fucking domain name to land on, though, huh? Just comicbook.com?
Yeah, for sure. It's like somebody planned it that way.
No, I'm saying like early on in the 90s, getting the domain name comicbook.com.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
Would have to be pretty awesome. Black Panther is just killing it in the box office, though. It is just running rampant, destroying everything.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent. I have been putting more ads on our website. I've gotten approved for a bunch of different affiliates, and I just kind of wanted to test the waters and share some things out. You will never see an autoplay ad on my site, and if you do, fucking tell me, and I will remove that ad personally.
Yeah.
Nothing pisses us off more as podcasters who work on the fly and look up links than an autoplay ad going off interrupting our stream of thought.
Because they're always so loud, and because we wear headphones to talk to one another.
Exactly.
When we pull something up, it just blasts us in the ears.
Yeah, because it's always louder than Brandon or I are talking.
And what about rap music? I hate that too.
Yeah.
We just turned into like a grumpy old bitch section for a minute.
I'm sorry. I just had to throw that in there. I apologize. There's like fucking 12 of these links that have autoplay ads. Makes me want to die. And then Avast is not fucking... What are you doing, Avast? You're just sitting there on my fucking computer doing nothing. There we go. Sorry. I'm done.
No, I'm just letting you go, man.
But anyway, back to the story. Both Black Panther... I'm just going to read this verbatim from their site. Kudos to you for taking that. Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War are expected to cross the 1 billion mark at the box office this year. Those performances, along with that of Ant-Man and the Wasp, will likely put the franchise above 16 million before 2019. So, yeah, I mean, that's a whole lot of American dollars.
Is that just American?
Yeah, it just says $14 billion, yes. So.
But not worldwide.
No, it would be worldwide. I mean, they're converting the currency.
Okay, because there's some Chinese dollars in there.
Yeah, that would be like 373 billion yen.
What is Chinese currency?
Yen.
That's Japanese currency.
No.
Yen?
Yes?
Is it both?
No, my name is Ho.
God. And neither of us have seen Black Panther, so unfortunately we can't speak to it.
No, we can't, unfortunately.
Because we're a really terrible nerd podcast.
You're right. The banknote is yen in Japan. What is the Chinese?
I knew I was right. I just didn't want to make you feel foolish.
No, it's fine.
Chinese is yuan.
Oh, yes, the yuan.
Yuan.
It's probably yuan. Yuan.
So it's very, very close to yen.
Yes, it is. Huh. Well, how about that? They use the same symbol for it. So really, the difference is just in the culture. Like, because a lot of Japanese is based off of the Chinese alphabet. So
we can't really talk about Black Panther. We can't really speak to Black Panther because neither of us have seen it.
Yeah, although Bucky was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said it was
I've had a
good.
couple people I've talked to who have I had Black Panther spoiled for me.
Oh,
intentionally. Yeah. I was like, tell me what happens because I'm not going to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
I don't really see anything in theaters anymore.
Yeah. We suck.
Yeah. So we're always behind on movies and stuff. I don't know why we continue to bring up movies just to be like, boy, this movie's out. Haven't seen it. Won't see it. But
this is a thing that exists. Good job.
I'm going to be watching Thor Ragnarok soon. That's how behind I am on stuff.
Right.
It just came out on digital to buy.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Shameless.
Did you see the video of the two kids in a trench coat trying to get into Black Panther?
I did. I didn't watch the full video though. I was like, okay, that's kind of cute. And
it was set up.
Oh,
like,
really?
Obviously, it was. Yeah, it was set up. It was. You can watch like a behind the scenes thing on Twitter of like, here's us getting these kids together, which kind of kills it a little bit.
Yeah, that's lame. That's lame. Don't ruin the magic.
Yeah.
There are some times when it's okay to ruin the movie magic. That is not one of those times. A viral video is not one of those times.
Yeah, let people think that two kids actually tried to get into the movie in a trench coat.
Yeah, totally.
I found something out about myself, though, reading this story, Remington.
Okay.
I could not stop laughing at the video of the two kids in a trench coat.
Oh, really?
And I discovered that one of the funniest things in the world to me is two kids in a trench coat trying to do something. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just like the classicness of the bit.
Right. Or the size of the human being next to the human beings next to other human beings. That's kind of,
you see in the video, a normal human girl comes up to like their back.
Yeah. That's kind of what got me. I was like, okay, it's funny to see exactly what two teens stacked together looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get you, man. That's funny. So, I mean, that was at least a fun thing that happened during the Black Panther thing. Of course, it's getting really rave reviews. Everybody is saying it's good.
Yeah.
We also got a new trailer for Tomb Raider, the remake. I guess the reimagining of Tomb Raider.
I have not seen that.
Oh, have you not?
No.
Have you seen the original one?
No, I didn't know they were doing a Tomb Raider movie.
Oh, okay. I'm going to drop a hyperlink in chat for you. That one is the first one. And the second one, honestly, is kind of a lot of the same, but they're not long, so.
Oh, no, I've seen this before. Yeah, it's based off of, or it looks like it's very heavily inspired, at least, by the re-released games.
Yeah.
Or not re-released, but the newer Tomb Raider games that they've released.
Yeah. And, I mean, some of the shots are very, very video gamey, like where you see like those mini cutscenes almost that they put in.
Yeah.
A lot of the scenes that they show especially in the first clip and some in the second clip, they're very reminiscent. I mean, we've seen video games that have gone to more of a movie kind of stylized look and then vice versa. So it's nothing new, but it's not something that we still see a lot of.
Yeah.
So
video game movies as a rule are never good.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. The one with Angelina Jolie is the multiples. They're not great. I didn't think they were terrible though.
Yeah.
I think the first one was pretty good.
I can't say I've ever seen them.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up with Lara Croft. I didn't grow up with Tomb Raider. I wasn't a PlayStation kid.
Yeah. I mean, I played it for sure. I didn't play a lot of it, but I played it enough to enjoy it. So in this one, instead of Angelina Jolie, the lead title character is going to be played by Alicia Vikander. She is a Swedish actress. She started picking up steam as an actress after she won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for the film The Danish Girl.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not one that I've seen. Becoming the second Swedish actress to win this award. So she's the second Swede ever to win that award.
Is The Danish Girl about a girl who is a Dane, or is it about a girl who loves Danishes?
That's an excellent question. Probably the former, less the latter.
I would love to see a movie about the latter, but I guess you'll just have to see The Danish Girl to find out for yourself.
That's right.
Dueling Ogres podcast, a subsidiary of the Danish Girl movie. Speaking of movie news, Remington.
Oh, yeah?
Not movie nudes, movie news.
Yeah.
The Last
Movie news.
Jedi. The Last Jedi is releasing on Blu Ray March 27th.
Oh, yeah?
So super fucking soon. Like, that is a crazy turnaround for a movie to Blu Ray.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
End of December, March 27th.
I think it's just so much easier to do nowadays. I mean, there was no reason way back when we had DVDs that it took as long as it did.
Well, I think they wait for dead spots in the year to release them to maybe recoup some of their money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Han Solo, the Solo movie, when it comes out, you probably won't see a Blu-ray release until like November.
Oh, really?
As it gets closer to the holidays.
You don't think so?
I mean, that's my guesstimate.
Okay.
But yeah, it releases on Blu-ray March 27th, and it's going to have 14 deleted scenes.
Oh, not too bad.
The Last Jedi is already almost 3 hours. So 14 deleted scenes just makes it fucking excruciatingly long. It was already long. I can't handle movies that are over like an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
that's my threshold. Any longer than that, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, get on with it.
It reminds you of the Monty Python. Just get on with it. Get on with it. Yeah.
It's like, I don't need all of this story anymore. I get it. You're a Jedi. You're angry. Let's go. Come on, speed it up, Luke.
We got this. We got this on lock. I know what the story is. Get on with it.
So, real talk time, Remington. Is this a Blu-ray that you will pick up?
I don't think we have used Ginger's Blu-ray player once.
Oh, wow.
It's hooked up to her TV upstairs. I just don't watch movies. I don't do anything, Brandon, except for work on podcasts and Dueling Ogres stuff.
When it comes out, you have to at least watch it, though.
Listen, don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me.
I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out.
And bring it to my house?
No, you need to come over to my house and we can watch it.
Fuck you.
Otherwise, what are we going to cuddle up in Ginger's bedroom and watch it on her TV?
I mean, yeah. We'll both die together in each other's arms. Because that's where all the cats stay.
You shouldn't have explained the cats. You should just let the listeners think that that's how we're going to go out, holding each other in Ginger's bed, in your girlfriend's bedroom.
Yeah, there's no, sorry, listeners, there's no underlying reason as to why we will die. We will just lay together and die.
We'll just die.
And I'm going to follow up your Star Wars news with some Star Wars news of my own.
And I have more Star Wars news too. Star Wars.
Oh my God, maybe our Star Wars are going to align.
You got your Star Wars in my Star Wars.
You got your stars in my wars. That's a stupid joke that we stole from Family Guy. Lucasfilm has filed a bunch of trademarks under a Star Wars Resistance banner. So the theorists out there in internet land are figuring that this might be a follow-up, the new show to follow Star Wars Rebels, since this is the last season of Star Wars Rebels on Disney XD.
Okay.
Oh, man. That's a horse of a different color. We watched the first 2 episodes of that, and shit's already going down, so...
Of Rebels?
They've already killed somebody off. Yep. I'm not going to drop spoilers because I don't know if any of my listeners are watching it, but yeah. Pretty badass so far. I didn't cry or anything. Fuck you.
You've always been a big fan of Rebels, though.
I have been. I like the animated series. I liked Clone Wars. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I enjoyed watching it. It was nice to see Anakin not Anakin from the movies.
Yeah.
Like the whiny teenager.
I always feel like there was so much more that could have been done with Anakin during that time period.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not breaking new ground here by saying that the prequel squandered a good character.
Yeah.
I'm not blowing anybody's mind with that opinion right now. But
No.
I realized as I said it, I was like, wait, who the fuck would disagree with that?
Right? Nobody. Nobody, that's who. That's what this episode is going to be called. Nobody, that's who.
Nobody, that's who.
For those of you who don't know, that is, we also actually referenced it I referenced it on a comment that Terry left on our site. There is an episode of Futurama where the native Martians are trying to take Amy Wong, and instead of they're trying to reclaim their land, and the Wongs basically own most of Mars. So they're getting ready to kill Amy, and they're going to use the thing that they traded the Wongs for way back in the day, the ancestors of the Wongs, for the planet. And it ends up being a giant fucking diamond.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they didn't know what the worth of this diamond was. They had never seen one. And Bender's like, why, this is a big diamond. It's worth. And he pulls out a jeweler's loop and he turns it backwards so he can figure out the carats of it. And he says, "Oh, Chief, you've made me the happiest girl." And this is a long-winded explanation. I'm sorry.
No, I'm in. Let's go.
So the TLDR.
TLDR on the fly.
He finds out that the diamond is worth more than basically the planet, and the chief goes, "We'll just find another planet to live on and call it ancestral. Who's going to argue? Nobody. That's who." He says it in that kind of, Native American style voice, and it's really good.
Yeah.
It makes me giggle every time. So
good story.
Thanks, Brandon. You're a real friend.
Thank you.
You have another story? Give me a story.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah?
Finally got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, yes, I did see that. Yeah. That's good.
Mark Hamill, along with George Lucas and LucasArts, now have stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
There we go. It's about time.
He had a little bit of a back and forth with William Shatner that I thought was funny.
Oh, yeah? I didn't see that.
Yeah. After it was announced that Mark Hamill tweeted about how he felt like, I'm paraphrasing here because I didn't save it, tweeted about how he felt like he didn't deserve it, but then he remembered that somebody who had one season of a crappy reality show got a star. He was throwing some shade at our current president, Donald Trump.
Right.
Who already has a star on the Walk of Fame.
Right.
So he's been tweeting about it a little bit. William Shatner tweeted him and said, "Congratulations. By the way, ask for a star on the south side of the street. I'm on the north side and don't want to devalue the neighborhood."
Shatner.
Mark Hamill replied back and said, "Thanks, Bill. It wouldn't be a special without a classic Shatner burn from you. Live long, but get lost."
I dig it.
Yeah, the problem with my stories that I've got this week is a lot of them are neat, but there's not really a whole lot to say.
Hey, that's okay. We're just covering a lot of ground. That's all.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's awesome Mark Hamill's getting a star on the Walk of Fame. It's surprising he hasn't got one already, or he didn't have one already, especially considering William Shatner had one.
Well, I mean, shit, I just dropped news about a potential new series coming out, and we didn't even talk about it. So there's that.
We can get back to it.
Yeah.
If you have anything else to say. Just kind of like, do you have anything, Brandon?
I know I did. I buried the lead on that.
You cut yourself short on that one.
I did. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if there is a whole lot to say about it. I mean, do you think it could be the new show? Or they did finish the episode 9 script. Do you think that that's going to be tied into that? What are your thoughts?
Star Wars Resistance?
Yeah. Because I don't think we have a title for episode 9 yet, do we?
I don't think so. But I would imagine they wouldn't title it Resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to have a name that's, I mean, you have The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens. It's got to be something off of play of Revenge of the Jedi or Revenge of the Sith or Return of the Jedi or something like that.
Yeah.
Although I don't know. They're getting so far away from what originally made Star Wars with these movies.
Yeah.
Good chance they won't follow this trope.
Yeah. I don't know. So
I just doubled down against myself in three sentences. I was like, no, of course it's not going to be Resistance, but
Wait,
maybe it will
might
be
be.
Resistance.
It might be. I don't know
I just
anymore.
don't know.
We don't know. Star Wars has
Please.
gone away from us.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm going to blow my nose on these Star Wars paper towels that I have behind me.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice. You literally have Star Wars paper towels behind you.
I do.
Are they anything special, or do they just say Star Wars on them?
I mean, they're probably the coolest paper towels that you'll ever see.
You don't know my paper towels. I've got bounty, you motherfucker.
Okay, apparently this one just has Star Wars on it, Star Wars print. But the other ones inside of this roll also have a Millennium Falcon and an X-wing, I think, and a TIE fighter. I'm talking through the tube now. Does it sound different?
Yes.
Does it sound like I'm on old-timey radio?
Yeah, it legitimately does, yeah.
Good.
I think you spent too much time getting extra effects and echoes and stuff on your voice.
Yeah.
You need to just go old school with it and talk through a tube.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
If we do another commercial like Movie Tickets and Grandpa, that's what we need to use, is just those tubes.
Yeah, for sure. That would have been a lot better, to be honest.
They, at the end of Last Jedi, though, going back to what Resistance could be, I mean, I'm sure it's the new cartoon.
Yeah.
Rebels is almost done. Resistance makes sense that they would do it like, I don't know, because Rebels is between the prequels and the current trilogy, right? Or between the prequels and 4, 5, and 6?
No. Vader. Oh, what is the time? No, I think they're in between, because the Ghost, which is Captain Syndulla's ship, is featured in the first movie, or the new movie, Last Jedi.
Oh, really?
Or not? Wait, Last Jedi, or was it Last
Rogue
Jedi
One?
or Force Awakens? Or maybe it was Rogue One. I don't remember now. But anyway, the ship was like featured in a small blip, just as part of the attacking fleet that was coming in of the rebels.
Rogue One would make sense, because Rogue One takes place right before A New Hope.
Yeah.
You never saw Rogue One, right?
I did not.
Rogue One ends literally where A New Hope begins.
Okay. So I don't remember then where the Ghost was.
Okay, so Rogue One I wasn't a fan of, and this is old, so spoilers, I guess, for the end of Rogue One.
Okay.
But this is me fanboying like Chris Farley for a second here. So you remember how A New Hope opens with Princess Leia recording the message to R2-D2?
Yeah.
And you see Vader come through that door where he's just come onto the ship?
Yeah.
Well, Rogue One ends with Vader going through the walkway where the two ships connect, and you see him from behind as he's just cutting down rebel soldiers.
Oh, wow.
And you see one of the rebel soldiers running with the Death Star plans that Leia has.
Yeah.
Running with them, and you follow him, and behind him you see Vader just cutting down people, and they're firing guns at him, and he's bouncing off their lasers and just cutting a swath through as these rebel soldiers are like baton passing the Death Star plans off to each other. And like one guy, they'll be shutting a door, and one guy will reach his arm through the door and be like, take him. And right as he hands it off, you see Vader cut him.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That is cool. Man, now I do want to watch it.
Rogue One is a pretty good movie. It's not my favorite Star Wars movie, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. That's cool.
See, we just spent last episode talking about how Star Wars wasn't for me anymore. And then I'm going off fanboying about Rogue One. So I
mean, if you can find something to enjoy, but yeah, I mean, it's not that we can't enjoy the movies. It's just that they're not exactly made for us anymore. They're not following the same formulas that we grew up with.
My final piece of Star Wars news, I'll just go ahead and get it out of the way here since we've been super Star Wars centric.
Right.
A toy collector's website I was reading speculates that the nose chunk on the Millennium Falcon, you know, that we talked about before, is an escape pod.
Oh, interesting.
Because the Lego toy for the Millennium Falcon was shown at Toy Fair.
Yeah.
And you could detach that chunk between the nose, and it looks like it has jets on the back of it, so it looks like a little escape pod.
Ah, I see.
So at some point, somebody escapes from it. That's why the Millennium Falcon doesn't have anything in between its little nose holes anymore.
Gotcha. I mean, there's a lot of that in Star Wars. The Ghost actually has a smaller ship that will kind of fit inside of it as well, that they use for scouting.
Although in the movies, the Millennium Falcon never looked that big.
Yeah. Although I think just the nose cone makes it kind of look bigger, but it makes it look thinner as well, like from the profile. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess you have that scene in A New Hope where Luke is training and he's sitting playing against Chewbacca or R2 or whoever it is that's playing against Chewbacca. They're playing that space chess.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty big from that angle, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
You and I have just been all over the place with talking today.
That's okay.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Joss Whedon decided that he wasn't going to work on Warner Brothers' Batgirl. I guess at some point they were working on adapting the 1967 comic debut of Batgirl into a film.
Okay.
So I guess that storyline they were going to turn into a film.
So they're not anymore, or just Joss Whedon is not a part of it anymore?
Joss Whedon is not a part of it, but we have... This is from CBR.com. Although the director confessed that it took, quote, "it took me months to realize I really didn't have a story," end quote, Variety reports that he had intended to focus on the $1 million debut of Batgirl, a story from DC Comics Detective Comics number 359 that introduced Barbara Gordon. So to that end, the author Roxane Gay offered to actually write the Batgirl film.
The author of that comic?
No, she is an author. She is a New York Times bestselling author.
Oh, okay.
She's just an author. And she was like, I'll write a script for it. So she's one of many female writers to express interest in the film, joining people such as Winona Earp, showrunner Emily Andrus, and comic book writer Gail Simone. However, Gay appears to be the first to receive a public response from anyone at Warner Brothers. Michelle Wells, a vice president at Warner Brothers Entertainment, told Gay to send her an email if she was serious about the offer.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we might have a female writing a movie for a female character, the introduction of a female character.
Well, that's a novel fucking idea.
In their own standalone movie.
Yeah, take a female character and have a female writer write that female character.
Right?
That's interesting. Maybe we should try that a little more often.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it happens a little more often than we know of, but it's not really reported on that much.
Yeah. And I mean, I think you and I both sometimes get a little eye-rolly with the amount of aggravation that there seems to be about this kind of stuff. Like, well, why isn't there a female director? And why isn't there a female this? And why isn't there a black this or a Latino this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Roxane Gay is also African-American.
Well, I'm not finding the right words for it because I don't want to use the SJW term, because I would consider myself more on that camp in the SJW camp as far as like, yeah, let's have equal representation.
Yeah.
But you and I both, it hits a point, we've talked about it before, where you're just like, you can't help but roll your eyes.
Yeah.
At least for me, with like, come on, pick your battles. But really, something like a Batgirl movie having a female writer is fantastic.
Yeah. I think it makes us less social justice warriors and makes us more normal people who have respect for other people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we should be working toward. Normal people who respect other people.
I just don't want to be holding hands and singing Kumbaya and all that shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm too old for that shit.
Now you're being an ageist, Brandon.
I'm sorry. I'm too neutral for this crap.
It's another good Futurama reference.
I'm the right age for this garbage.
If I die, tell my wife hello. The neutral people.
Speaking of things that are important in our lives.
Okay.
Rihanna recently turned 30.
That is incredibly fascinating news, Brandon. I'm glad somebody famous aged one more year.
Yeah, but here's the thing. On the last day of her 20s,
yeah,
she tweeted or she Instagrammed a picture of herself wearing a shirt that said, "I hate Rihanna." The shirt is $130 from Norwegian artist Bjarne Melgaard.
Some good pronunciation, Brandon. I'm proud of you.
Bjarne Melgaard.
Bjarne Melgaard.
Look, I'm trying to milk the SEO, and when I took these notes 2 days ago, Rihanna was fucking blowing up. So just make sure to tag this episode with Rihanna in bright lights.
Okay.
She was number 2 on Google What's Trending.
She'll still probably show up, I'm sure.
Apparently, self-deprecation is very big right now with the younger.
Really? That's good. Then we should be doing a lot better than we are now.
We should have young kids listening to us.
That's right. We should have the youngins tuning in.
I want to be like the worm tongue into the ear of the younger generation.
Nope. That's a big nope bot right there.
No, I want to be the worm
Nope.
The character. I don't want to have a wormy tongue.
Nope. I know what you meant. Doesn't make it any less creepy.
Buy coffee mugs.
Drink more coffee. Oh, jeez.
So what do you think about the self-deprecation humor?
I mean, we've been doing it for years and it hasn't got us anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's what I think
it's
about
popular
that.
now.
Yeah, I guess.
I can tell you from having a 10-year-old daughter, it is like the YouTubers and the people that she watches, and it rubs off on her too.
Yeah.
The sense of humor is like, she'll make a joke, I'll laugh, and then she'll be like, and that's why I'm all alone. Or that's why I'm going to die alone. You know, and that's just like the sense of humor.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Do you not? I mean, what do you want her to say? And that's why I'm going to succeed in life.
Yes.
Why would you want your daughter to be happy?
Well, here's the thing. On one hand, I know that it's a joke. I know that she doesn't really get, you know, kids at that age, a 10-year-old kid going through social situations is just starting to learn about what feeling depressed is like, you know, what feeling down is like.
Yeah, feeling the weight of the world actually creeping into their childhood.
Yeah, a little bit.
Visage.
But, you know, I've been diagnosed with bipolar depression, all that stuff we've talked about before.
Right.
So I want to keep an eye on her to make sure that I don't see these things. I don't want to see these negative attitudes coming out about too early in her.
Yeah.
You know, because that's a fear of mine, is genetically she's going to be more predisposed to having this.
Yeah.
I want to be able to catch it early to kind of help her work through those feelings. So as she gets older, she's more well-adjusted than I am.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all about, see, when you and I were kind of growing up, we didn't have this awareness as much as we do now, I would say. I mean, when we were younger, we didn't hear about this shit. Now she's hearing about this stuff. So I think just you being aware of it and being able to talk about it, that's something that just didn't happen as much when we were kids. You know, now you can chime in, you can help her understand if she actually starts to feel depressed or anxiety, or you can help her at this stage in her life, something that you didn't have when you were a kid. Help her understand these feelings, why they are, how you can deal with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because your anxiety wasn't nearly as bad when you were a kid as it is now. It was still there, but we didn't know what it was. We just thought we were awkward nerds.
Yeah.
And we came to the understanding that we were different than other people, so our social niche was just within our own group. You know,
and I don't feel like when she says this stuff like, and that's why I'm all alone, or that's why I'll die alone and stuff like that, she doesn't actually feel that.
Oh, no, I understand.
She's parroting what she's heard other people say.
Right.
That's just what the sense of humor is.
Right. And I understand that. But, you know, sooner or later, if she does exhibit the predisposition for it, then not only are you more aware of the signs to look for, but you are better equipped to help her deal with it in a sense that you can give her the tools to beat it without potentially, unless it becomes, you know, overwhelming, but you can give her the tools to deal with it in a non-medicated way.
Yeah.
Unless she needs it.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if she just has a predisposition towards it because of my genetics. I don't know if that's actually going to be the case or not. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's always going to be
crapshoot.
there in the back of my mind to kind of keep an eye out for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's just good parenting.
I'm a good parent.
You're a good parent. And you're a good parrot.
That's ridiculous. When I'm done with these crackers, I'm turning this off.
Damn it, you made the cracker joke before I did.
It's the only thing about parrots I can think.
Exactly. Now get on my shoulder, Brandon. So speaking of the sea, coral reefs are at risk of dissolving as the oceans become more acidic, says a study.
Cool.
So that's not necessarily a good thing for our Earth's oceans.
Or great news if you hate the coral reef.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing. So as the climate is changing, I guess through different systems in the planet, there is more acidic substances being drizzled into the Earth's oceans. And this prevents sediments from sedimenting in the ocean. These are the things that most coral reefs are building off of, the sediments down at the bottom of the ocean.
Okay.
So they're all coral, while being very tough and rugged and hard. It's kind of like growing a plant. You have to have just the right acidic balance, the right temperature, the right amount of like fish in the area to help spread it. And the problem is that these reefs are not only, if I'm not mistaken, they help to filter the ocean.
Yeah.
But they also provide homes to millions of species of sea creatures. So they're pretty important things. If we see the reefs die out, then we see a lot of fish and crustaceans and all sorts of bottom dwellers, and these cleaners of the ocean die out. And if they die out, then more and more species die out. Carbon dioxide, the main man-made greenhouse gas, forms a weak acid in water and threatens to dissolve the reef sediments. This is from HindustanTimes.com.
Fancy.
HINDUSTAN. The carbon dioxide, like I said, forms a weak acid in the water and threatens to dissolve the reef sediments made from broken down bits of corals and other carbonate organisms that accumulated over thousands of years. The sediments are 10 times more vulnerable to acidification than the tiny coral animals that also extract chemicals directly from the seawater to build stony skeletons that form reefs.
Huh.
Yeah.
It seems like our planet is just going to shit right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on that, we can't stop all of it. Absolutely not. But there is a whole lot of stuff that we could do to be better about it. I mean,
Yeah.
we have here in Vienna where I live, we have a recycling program, and we recycle most of the things that we have going out that can be recycled. But there's some stuff that we still throw away. It's just, we could all do better. And I think that we should.
Yeah. I produce at my apartment. Granted, there's like 5 people, 6 people here pretty much all the time.
Right.
We produce so much trash. Like I notice on a daily basis how much waste we produce.
Yeah. I mean,
and
how
it's
often,
crazy, and it kind of sickens me a little bit.
Yeah. How often do you take out the garbage?
Once a day.
Once a day. So you are making 7 bags of garbage a day?
Roughly 6 to 7 bags of garbage a day.
Wow. That is a lot. I mean, Ginger and I, 1 to 3 in a week.
Wow. Well, you got to, my brother and his girlfriend live here.
Oh yeah.
So you have like fast food boxes, you have beer bottles, you have pizza boxes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Early 20s can eat that way.
Yeah.
Then you have like fast food drink cups for me and frozen stuff. It's just, it adds up so fast.
Yeah, it really does. Especially that fast food stuff, because some of those things, some of the places are still using styrofoam. Not everybody breaks down the boxes, the cups themselves, the 32-inch or the 36-ounce cups, they take up a ton of room in the garbage.
Yeah.
So all of these things really stack up really fast. Now, I say 1 to 3 bags of garbage a week for this house, but like 4 bags of poop.
Yeah.
So there's that.
That's true. You guys do produce a lot of poop between all of the animals in your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Including yourselves.
Yeah, but at least that gets flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
You don't want to flush kitty litter down the toilet. It's mostly made of clay, dried clay, and all of that sediment will just stick in your toilet and eventually clog it up. Don't flush kitty litter.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's a PSA for Remington.
That's right. You mentioned 20-year-olds eating like that, and I wanted to chime in on the podcast officially that I broke 300 pounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I was pretty excited about that. I got a lot of love on Facebook. If I could get that kind of love on the podcast, I'd be a lot more happy.
Yeah, people don't give a shit about the podcast on the friends list.
Like, I was like, I mean, thanks for all the love. I really appreciate it. And it's cool that people are seeing my post and supporting me. But I just lost 20 pounds, guys. I mean, it's not that big a deal.
Losing 20 pounds is a pretty big deal, though. I wouldn't sell yourself too short.
You see, I'm selling myself short because I still have like 70 more pounds to go to my goal.
Yeah, but you're a fourth of the way there.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's a way to think about it. You've done a quarter of the work already.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Your goal's 230?
230. Yep. I wanted to be down where I was in high school when I graduated.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my goal. I will be fine at 250, but I want to get to 230. So I'm going to keep trying to go until I can get there. Well,
and as you eat better and exercise, you'll like it more and more too.
Yeah. I'm hoping that if I can just change my actual habits. That's what you need to do. That's what everybody who actually has succeeded in dieting will tell you. You have to change your habits. So
yeah.
Or at least be more mindful of them, because I still go out to eat. You know, I still enjoy. We had IHOP for breakfast this morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my IHOP was 2,000 and some calories. Just
Holy
my IHOP.
Shit.
I blew almost my entire goal for the day.
On what, like pancakes and shit?
I had a Colorado style omelet and a stack of the New York cheesecake pancakes.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And it was over 2,000 calories.
Dude, my new thing that I've been kind of eating more than I should is vanilla chocolate or white chocolate Kitkats.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Where I work is right near a Rite Aid, and I go there to grab like some diet soda or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's the only place I've ever come across that I've seen white chocolate Kitkats.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of an addiction of mine at this point.
That's funny. Now I will say that I did go help an old lady clean out her shop at a antique mall. So I got some lifting and some walking in.
Yeah.
I burned about 500 calories.
You did that today?
Yeah. So I'm going to have ramen for dinner because that'll put me right at my goal. Eat a package of ramen with, I think I have 460 calories left for the day. So my ramen's going to be like 390 of it and full of sodium.
Delicious.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, not to get back on the weight loss tangent.
No, it's fine. So speaking of those Kitkats though, Remington, do you remember a few months ago I had talked about how there was a new kind of chocolate discovered?
Yes.
Nestle has started to produce Ruby. It's called Ruby chocolate. They've started to produce Ruby chocolate Kitkats in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Japan is known for having all different kinds of flavors of Kit Kat.
Yeah, Kit Kat is huge over there.
It's kind of their thing.
I really want to try the green tea Kit Kats that they make.
They are pretty good. I have had them.
So they released the Ruby chocolate Kit Kats. They sold out immediately for stores to order them. Immediately sold out.
Oh, wow.
But you could go to the Kit Kat Chocolatory.
Okay.
And get Ruby Kit Kats. And they also had Ruby Cocoa that you could try.
Ooh.
So they made hot chocolate out of Ruby chocolate.
Nice.
I read a review where a journalist went and tried them and said that they like ground up the bean and left it in the hot chocolate. So it was like drinking a warm smoothie, they said.
Oh, interesting.
But hopefully we see it in the States because I'm really curious to try it. Anybody I told was like meh about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a pretty big deal that after 70 years we found a new kind of chocolate.
I think you're just not talking to the right chocoholics, Brandon.
I'm not even a chocoholic. I can take or leave chocolate outside of white chocolate, which is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious to try it. And I could eat it and be like, oh, that wasn't that good because I don't like berries.
Yeah.
But still, it's a new chocolate. It's like fucking the internet. It's like discovering the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Something that's important to you, at least.
To just me.
Trying new chocolates.
Yeah. Trying new strains of chocolate.
I mean, I want to try it. I'm hoping that we get it in the States too. I'm a huge fan of dark chocolates.
Yeah, I like dark chocolate as well.
I'm not a big fan of white chocolates. It's like you're taking all the good stuff out of chocolate.
All the darkness?
It's not even really chocolate at that point. It's cocoa bean fats. Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what white chocolate is?
Yes, it's just the cocoa bean fat, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty stupid. What?
People are selling the Nestle Ruby Kitkats on eBay.
Oh yeah? For how much?
Yes. $30 for one.
Wow.
And this isn't even like one full Kit Kat bar. This is one individual Kit Kat.
What?
Yeah.
That's dumb. So yes, white chocolate is a whitish candy made from cocoa butter. So the cocoa butter is a byproduct of the cocoa bean. It's combined with milk, sugar, and other flavoring ingredients, but none of the actual cocoa bean is included.
Oh, so that you are taking just like the most boring parts of the chocolate.
Yeah. You're just taking the byproduct. It's junk. It's the hot dog of the chocolate world. It's the lips and assholes of the chocolate world.
So apparently also to buy the Ruby chocolate, you have to sign up on the Kit Kat website.
Yeah.
And it's like a lottery.
Oh, wow.
To buy it in the States.
So you just have it's a crapshoot of a chance.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's funny. That's funny and silly. I like it. Speaking of out of this world news, Brandon, I've got some. Oh shit! I did it wrong. Hold on. I've got some space news. Was that enough?
Yeah, that was good.
Did I need more reverb? Are you sure?
Let's do it one more time.
Okay. Space news to talk about.
That was a lot more reverb that time.
Okay. Was it almost indistinguishable from itself?
No, you can still understand it, but you were in a giant echo chamber in that one.
Nice. Okay.
The first one was more subdued.
Okay.
They both had their own merits though. I will say that.
So which one should I shoot for?
Number 2.
Okay.
I really feel like it bordered on overkill.
Okay, good. That was almost to the max on it, so I'm okay with it. An amateur astronomer, a freaking locksmith from Argentina, captured the first creation of a supernova, the birth of a supernova on his camera.
Really?
Yes.
Like a normal camera?
No, I don't think it's a normal camera. But he has a innate love for astronomy ever since he was 11, according to the article here. This is on express.co.uk.
Okay.
And there were several other stories released pertaining to it, of course. But he is 58 years old, and he discovered it after observing a blip of light in the distant NGC-613 spiral galaxy 65 million years from Earth. Or million light years. 65 million light years from Earth. So that means that this, and you can actually, if you go to the article, you can see kind of you can see the two pictures that he has. One where it's in the lower toward the center, but more to the right of the picture. You can see a little black dot. It's a black and white picture. So the spiral galaxy is black, and then the surrounding space is white. So it's kind of like a negative. And like the before picture, you just see the spiral galaxy and this dot is missing. And then in the after picture, you see the star still existing in the thing or in the.
So you
picture.
said it was the birth of a supernova?
Yes. So the star actually exploded.
Wow.
Yeah. So you see the star in the first picture, and then in the next picture, you don't see the star anymore.
So did he recognize what it was?
Yes, I believe so. He at least. So he lives. Well, let me go ahead and read on. So he lives in the Argentine city of Rosario. Everything clicked the moment his camera snapped the supernova. He is quoted saying, "It's so exciting to find and register something yet unseen by humans." For those of you who don't know, supernova is a monstrous explosion of energy in the very last dying moments of a giant star's life cycle. In the last 1,000 years, only 3 naked eye supernova have been observed in the Milky Way galaxy. So in the last 1,000 years, we've only seen 3 as a human race.
Wow.
Yes. How's that?
That is cool. And I'm looking at the black and white picture now. They kind of animated it to show.
Yeah.
Where it goes. It's pretty neat. I mean, all it is a dot appearing and disappearing, but it's crazy cosmically to see that and realize what it is.
Yeah, exactly. According to the astrophysicist Melinda Bernstein, the odds of ever encountering an event like this are just 1 in 10 million.
Have you seen what the guy looks like?
No.
It is pretty adorable.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, here, let me send you the link in chat real quick.
Okay. Thanks to Mr. Busso's lucky, his name, by the way, I guess, is
Victor Busso.
Victor Busso. Thanks to Mr. Busso's lucky finding, scientists have now been able to determine the star at the heart of the supernova was approximately 20 times the mass of our own.
Apparently, he just happened to be looking at that area of space.
Yeah.
Because he was testing out his new camera for his telescope, and he didn't want to disturb his neighbors by opening up his rooftop observatory.
Right. So yeah, the Express story that this is from nature.com, the article that Brandon has linked. We can probably link them both so you can actually see a picture of Mr. Busso. You're right. He is an adorable man.
He's so happy. In that picture, he's standing in front of his telescope like, this is what I have found.
Yeah, this is the most proud day of my life. Or, I mean, that picture could have been taken anytime. I mean, a man who loves astronomy enough to have a rooftop observatory of his own, and he's just a freaking locksmith, forget about it. So, yeah, I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool to see the star there and just gone, you know, because it's a massive explosion of energy. I mean... I like the end of this article too. Meanwhile, Busso, who spends his days working as a locksmith and many of his nights at his telescope, says that the discovery has made him feel that his efforts were worthwhile. Many times you ask yourself, why do I do this? Now I have found the answer. That is just adorable.
I love Victor Busso.
Me too. That'd be like Terry finding out something that nobody's ever found out about tortoises and turtles.
Yeah.
And just being super excited about it. His little hobby. So that wraps up the show for this week. If you have any questions or comments or you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737. You can also leave us a text if you want. We'll read it on air. You can either have your voice played on air, and we will answer said questions if you have a question, or you can just tell us how awesome we are.
Yeah.
That could be good too.
Although I would prefer you ask us a question.
Or, Brandon, you can text us that question, and I can read it in a funny voice.
That's true. I do like when you read things in funny voices.
And you can be like, that's not what I sound like. And then I'll say, you should have called in.
I don't sound like that at all, even.
You can also reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres. Email us at duelingogres@gmail.com and leave a comment on the Facebook page. Like these nice people. Brandon.
Okay, so our comments are split into two different posts.
Yes.
Because when Remington released the episode last week, what happened exactly?
Okay, so when I edit the podcast, I edit at between 1.3 and 1.5 times the speed. So I can try and get through it a little bit faster. It shaves some time off of the thing. Well, I forgot to bring the speed back down to normal, so it sounded like we were talking really fast to each other.
Yeah.
It was really annoying, and it was really fast, and some people didn't like it, so I had to go back and change it.
And we had no idea that it was like that when it was first released until we got our first comment from Viscount Terry W. Irvin II.
Sort of, yes. I actually noticed it when I listened to it the next morning.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So but I couldn't do anything about it until I got home. So, because I was at work.
Okay, so you want to read your comments first, because yours are on the original post.
Yes. So Terry W. Irvin II said, Brandon, never give up your being scrappy.
Done.
Talking about, what was he talking about? You were talking about giving in to the man, or you found yourself you found yourself being more inclined to just let that shit happen, I guess.
Yeah. Just shut up and get in line.
Yeah. I think he goes on to say, I think that the 2 Star Wars related movies a year is too much, but I am sure Disney has done some research to determine how to squeeze the maximum amount of dollars out of the franchise before burning it out. Enjoyed the discussion on the Solar Storm. If we ever get in the path of a major one, it won't be fun, and that's an understatement. And really, I did not enjoy the increased speed. Normally, I like to listen, like sitting in on a conversation. It just annoyed me at times. You guys laugh like Tommy guns. I guess it did condense a long show. So I think that at first he may have thought that I did it on purpose. I absolutely did not. I forgot to tweak a button.
Yeah.
Forgot to tweak a knob or poke a button.
But I have to say that I appreciate his honesty.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As if you had decided on your own that our episodes were going to be released at 1.5 times speed now, it's good to know that Terry would be there to say, hey, guys, I don't like what you're doing on this one.
Yeah, exactly. So don't be afraid to tell us something that you don't like. We are made of sterner stuff.
Yes.
Absolutely. At that point, I had got home and I fixed the speed and everything should have been all right. Stephen Hines chimed in. I listened to the fast version after I listened to the episode on half speed on my podcast app, which made Brandon full of bologna. And that's how I say bologna. Which made Brandon full of bologna and Remington Hitchcock deli meat sound like they were hammered drunk.
Shut up, Steven.
Listen here, you son of a bitch. We don't have to take this from
not
nobody, and I know how. The drinking game for this episode should be take a shot every time the Dueling Ogres dudes say baloney. And I agree with Terry. Disney will milk the Star Wars teats until people are burned out and the returns diminish. Elon Musk is doing some cool things, but my wife and I both did epic eye rolls about the car and the rocket stunt. If aliens find a Tesla with a dummy behind the wheel, are they going to think we're a planet worth visiting or a bunch of asshats? From now on, whenever I'm having a bad day, I'll hope for a solar storm. Finally, I don't play D&D, but that Old Spice thing sounds hilarious.
Yeah, the Old Spice thing was pretty great.
Yeah. He also chimed in as if, I chimed in as if aliens don't already think we're a bunch of asshats. He said, true, but that's only because Terry made them look evil in Thunder Wells.
Thunder Wells, which you can buy on Amazon through the Dueling Ogres website.
You can if you want. Speaking of, Terry actually also linked us in his new book, Outpost, Monsters, Maces, and Magic, which will... you can already pre-order it. You can pre-order the digital version. You can actually go ahead and order the physical version as well. I think the actual release date was supposed to be March 7th, but he needed physical copies for the Classic Plastic Toy and Comic Expo that is coming up here in Parkersburg at the Art Center March 3rd and 4th. This is headlined by the Classic Plastics Toy Store, which is now located in the Grand Central Mall. You can head on over there and see Tony in the weeks before and go to the con. It's a really good con. It is.
Yeah, it is.
So that is March 3rd and 4th. That is Saturday and Sunday. They will have... We'll get back to Terry in a second with the book because there's a lot of things to plug, but they're going to have Timothy Clark back again, who worked on the Dark Crystal and is the creator of the Boglins and Sectar toy lines. They're also going to have Daniel Piscina, a.k.a. Master Piscina, who was Johnny Cage and several other characters in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. So for Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, the original games, they did kind of a motion capture and just used those actual physical pictures and manipulated them to work in the game.
Yeah, I'm excited about this guy.
Yeah. He was also an extra in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. All kinds of vendors, including the Classic Plastics toy store. We've got Lost Legion Games and Comics. We've got Jordan Patton coming back again. J&M's used bookstore. Some of these are local, some of them are not. We've got Josh, who was on a couple weeks ago. I think he is going to be selling his book, and he might be doing some Ghostbuster stuff as well.
Yep, he's got Deadman and Winters is done and out and ready, so he's going to be selling that there.
Oh yeah, I saw his picture on his Facebook. He was very excited about the books. They look awesome and ready to go. They will also be again right before I get back to Terry, and then we're going to come back to Terry after the Josh. They're going to be streaming. They're going to be screaming. They're going to be screening The Dark Crystal at the Smoot Theater, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Arts Center. And there will be a Q&A with Timothy Clark about his work on the movie afterward. Master Pacina is also going to be doing a martial arts demo as well. There will, of course, be a cosplay contest. We'll have a Mortal Kombat tournament. All sorts of stuff. Savory Saturday hosted by Downtown Parkersburg, where you can actually leave the con and go to some of the restaurants that are along Market Street and taste the flavors of Parkersburg, which sounds not as good. Don't go licking buildings. I wouldn't recommend that.
You can.
There's
probably enough heroin on those buildings to get you high.
You're not helping. Don't say that.
Welcome to Parkersburg.
That's terrible. But going back to Terry is going to have Outpost, Monsters, Maces, and Magic there at the con, so you can get a signed copy as well. This is his new lit RPG novel.
Yep.
He has already finished the second one, and it's on its way. It's in the process of being reviewed and what's the word that I'm looking for?
Edited.
Reviewed and edited. He has written us a nice article over on duelingogres.com that will be publishing March 2nd, just before the con. I think I have it set to release at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't know what a lit RPG novel is, you can get some insight from Terry as he plugs his book at the end. Because that is what good marketing is all about.
Absolutely. Cross-marketing, cross-pollination.
That's right. Absolutely. So we will probably be featuring Josh's book as well as Terry's book on our front page and our little sidebar there. Right now I've got Stephen Hines's punk metal EP still up there. But once it hits March, I'll probably switch over to both Josh and Terry.
Just plug them all.
Just plug them all. This is the plugging.
Terry, plug in Josh.
This is plugging episodes, guys. Wrapping this all up before you continue with your comments, Brandon.
Okay.
And read your side of it. I know I got on a huge tangent. Terry actually asked you and I both to write a snippet that goes on the back of a book to, tell people what to look for and what to be excited about the book.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it's called.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember anyway. Well, Terry tagged us, Dueling Ogres, in a post of his saying, if Dueling Ogres says it's good, who's going to argue with that? And that, long story short, TLDR is where I put that nobody, that's who. But he mentioned that you had written the little excerpt that goes on the back there. It says, exciting and hilarious. It feels like a true game with friends. Dueling Ogres podcast.
Is it actually on the book?
Yes.
That is fucking awesome.
Isn't it, though? I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Terry, for that. That really means a lot. You've stood by us no matter how much we make fun of you. we don't really make fun of Terry.
I've bragged to a lot of people that I potentially was going to be on the back of a book.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to say I was until it actually came out because you never know, things can happen.
Sure, we could have got beat out. Maybe maybe Stephen King wrote one and he was like, "Oh, Stephen King or Dueling Ogres."
Hopefully, he would still go with Dueling Ogres, but
yeah, because fuck Stephen King.
Yeah. All right, for my comments, you did another post where you said, FYI, I uploaded episode 143 at 1.5 speed. The audio version has been updated, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Bucky commented and said you had one job.
Yep. To which I threatened his life. You
threatened his life. And then Cliff Barnes commented and said, I thought YouTube messed it up. I was like, why are they sucking helium on the show?
Right.
They weren't helium. It wasn't helium, Cliff. It was Quaaludes.
Yeah, just a whole lot of Quaaludes.
Jesse Starcher also commented. Jesse Starcher of the Source Material podcast also commented and said, dude, I listened to podcasts at 2 times speed and I thought something was wrong with my app. I kept thinking about it during the day, wondering if you sped it up, but then I would talk myself out of it saying, why would that have happened?
And now you know, Jesse. That's why it happened.
Quaaludes.
Quaaludes. It's just
which
all
I
Quaaludes.
Don't even think you can get anymore.
I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, geez. That's so good. So if you want, make sure to subscribe to our website at duelingogres.com. That'll actually let you know when Terry's article comes out too. Should.
Yeah.
Or at least it lets you know monthly. I send out one monthly newsletter. Comes at the beginning of the month. That's all I try to spam you for. So
it's just one time.
Just one time a month. But you can put your email in there and get that. duelingogres.com for news shows and articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news. I think I'm going to write an article that will also be coming out here in the next couple of days if I can get it out.
Oh, cool.
I got talking to somebody and I was like, this would make a pretty good article. So I'm going to make sure that it's okay for me to write an article about it based on our conversation. Again, because I wasn't 100% convinced that it was okay. So I'm just going to ask him point blank again. But
awesome.
Yeah,
I look forward to that.
It should be good if it comes out.
So if it happens, it'll be good. If not, just forget about it.
Yeah, just forget about the whole thing ever happening. And finally, be sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, or you can find us on YouTube, subscribe and ring the bell, iHeartRadio, Spotify.
We're on Spotify?
We are on Spotify.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're totally on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. I think I said that. Yeah, I did. Nearly anywhere else you can find a podcast. We are everywhere, man.
So we are on fucking everything now.
We are officially on fucking everything. What's your favorite podcast app? It's Podcast Addict, right?
Yeah.
That one's your
favorite. Which is unfortunate because Podcast Addict has some issues.
Does it?
Yeah.
See, I was on Twitter and another podcaster was talking about what kind of app should he use to get podcasts. And Podcast Addict seemed to be the resounding suggestion. So
it works pretty well, but it does have some issues with it. Some podcasts, it just won't update.
Yep.
You have to go in manually to the podcast. Sometimes I'll be listening to a podcast and it'll just shut itself off.
Right.
So, but I mean, it's few and far between that it happens. And it seems like certain podcasts, it shuts itself off more than others.
I got you. So if you haven't found a podcast app, maybe you can try Podcast Addict. Maybe it'll work better for you than it does for Brandon sometimes. But like I said, it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
If you would like to support the show, you can maybe go buy one of those new mugs, or there's a sticker, or there's a hoodie. There's a zip-up hoodie. I think I talked about that on show, right? Or did I talk about it in the...
Yeah, you talked about it on show.
Outtakes. Okay. Yeah, I really want
unless you edit it out.
Right.
And then it'll be in the outtakes.
So it'll be on the show regardless.
Yes.
But if you don't want to buy any merch, perhaps you can, just leave a donation. There's a big donation button right there on our front page, or there's a link down in the description below as well. It's like Patreon, only without all the bullshit.
Yeah. Buy our stuff.
Buy our stuff or give us money. Check out the stream at twitch.tv/duelingogres. Drop a follow over there. That way you'll know when I go live.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out everywhere. We are everywhere.
Check all of our things out everywhere forever.
Do it, hooray.
And then tell us about it. Tell us about it. Stroke our egos. Stroke it.
Kiss me on my ego.
Kiss me on my ego. New shirt idea.
Well, I stole that from Parliament, so we can't really make it a shirt.
Fuck. So until
Sorry.
next week, Ogres, keep your clubs blunt.
And your tusks sharp.
Good night.
I feel fantastic, and I never felt as good as how I do right now. Except for maybe when I think of how I felt that day, when I felt the way that I do right now. Right now, I feel fantastic, and I never felt as good as how I do right now. Except for maybe when I think of how I felt that day, when I felt the way that I do right now. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Sometimes I'd like to slow things down. Enjoy the moment. When I look, the moment's gone. Work is over, but I can't stay to work late. Gotta leave and get ready for my second date. With a pretty girl and a man at the pharmacy. Writing the prescription line. I take a pill for my social anxiety. I get a table and a nice bottle of Chablis. Now it's getting late and there's still no sign of her. I have another glass of wine. All I know is the wine lasts longer when you don't gotta share it with someone. All I know is the steak tastes better when I take my steak tastes better pill. And I feel fantastic, and I never felt as good as how I do right now. Except for maybe when I think of how I felt that day, when I felt the way that I do right now. Right now, I feel fantastic, and I never felt as good as how I do right now. Except for maybe when I think of how I felt that day, when I felt the way that I do right now. Right now, right now.
Oh, we were both right on that.
Yeah.
It won't be on the recording, but we were right on.
You did it right after I did. We didn't do it at the same time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's
So
funny.
maybe we will be on the recording.
Maybe. Good episode, Brandon. This is a good one. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this was a good episode too.
We had some good flow. It's going to be long. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes that we've been recording. So probably an hour 45 when I'm done with it.
2 hours and 12 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't actually start the podcast proper until I think like 7:20, 7:25.
Yeah. Well, we, like I said, we hadn't been recording for too long. I might be able to get an hour and a half out of it.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I'm ending the recording right now.
Do it.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I'm Batman.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Batman refuses to apologize.
Batman never apologizes for anything.
Oh, I spilled your cookies on the floor.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Did you notice what I did there?
It was a bat pun.
Instead of bat, I said bat. It's harder for me to do that since I quit smoking. It's harder for me to get that gravelly voice.
You gotta try harder to get the gravelly voice, Brandon.
I gotta try harder.
You gotta try harder.
Batman.
You gotta almost blow out your throat completely. Shit. That would be funny if we just the video of the original Batman series where Batman finally laughs.
Yeah.
And Harley's there and she's like, or maybe is it Harley or the Joker, or are they both there?
I don't remember. I'm thinking of from Dark Knight. Or not Dark Knight, Killing Joke. When he laughs.
Okay. Why am I getting messages? Larry, I swear to God, if that's you, I'm going to punch you in the face. Because I told you specifically that I am recording. Oh my God. Oh, it's him. Oh, I'm just kidding. I won't.
Larry.
I won't punch you, Larry. This will be
It's the last mistake you'll ever make, Larry.
It's the last mistake you'll ever make, Larry. The first and the last. You've been mind fucked. Yeah. All right, let me turn my phone on.
Turn your phone on shushies mode.
Yep.
Shushers.
Shysters.
Hey, that's racist.
Is it?
I think it is actually.
No, it isn't. I think at this point it's become an acceptable form of. It's like calling somebody a putz.
How dare you?
It's like, even though, because the Jews don't care if you borrow their words.
Remington, you know my father was killed by a putz.
That tickled you a lot.
Well, I'm just picturing my dad walking down the street, and then somehow it's like a putz. He's like carrying a bunch of boxes of gifts or something, and he like slips on a banana peel. Like he somehow kills him doing things a putz would do. Like, whoa. Slips on a banana peel, cuts the wire to a piano that's being suspended.
Okay. Sure.
That's how a putz would kill somebody.
Yeah.
By putzing. Just putzing around.
Putzing around. So basically you're saying your dad is a putz.
No, I'm saying the putz would be who kills him. My dad's walking down the street, just normal life.
Yeah.
Other direction comes the putz.
Oh. So it's like he's rubbing his putz luck off on your dad?
No, the putz is carrying boxes of gifts.
Okay.
And then the putz slips on a banana peel. And somehow causes the whole thing. My dad is just an innocent bystander who's caught up in the putzery.
Okay. It's all becoming clear. It's all becoming clear. Okay. Are we ready? I'm not.
Apparently not, yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. All right. Look at you knowingly, just waiting to see if you're gonna clap or not.
I know, that's what
it's a complete mystery.
That's what made me smile.
I know. All right. You're gonna do it now.
No, I'm not. You're good.
Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode... I knew it. You son of a bitch.
Okay, for real. I won't do it. Okay. Promise.
Can't trust your promises. I know this. We've been friends too long. Okay. Hello, Ogres, and welcome. Oh, I'm doing that again. I had some shit. Sorry. And there is what is a talking head?
A talking head is like somebody on a news show.
Oh, okay.
Or a really shitty 90s band.
Okay. So that's not the word that I'm really looking for. So the
scuttlebutt.
Speaking of the sea, the coral reef. Oh no, I'm gonna run right into the story real quick.
Okay, let's go.
I had a good segue. I had a good segue. Oh, okay. Go pee. I'll get more water. Go pee.
Okay, but we'll keep that segue.
Yeah, I'll jump back into it.
Okay.
Brandon, come back. You can blame it all on me.
You sing that song a lot.
Yeah, we do that a lot. It's kind of Ginger and my thing. We just, Kita, come back. Kaya, come back. So we do it for the cats. I don't think I've
ever heard Ginger sing anything.
Probably not. She's very shy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wanted to know.
1 second.
Okay.
Do you need something?
Was that Cody?
Yeah. I was like, did you need something? And he just slowly closes the door and goes, no.
Oh, that's funny.